And by 2, I mean actually 0.
So the numbers I like.
Behind. East-west. Look away. Get out. Stacks. Are we dead? Probably. Okay. Somebody's ball hit me. Plus, everybody's chugging.
I think only you're chugging.
I mean, on my screen, everybody's chugging.
Oh, yeah. I've got a soft drink, by the way.
Got some nice airtime. I think most of you should try out for some basketball teams. You do really great.
Yeah, all Lalafell basketball. We can jump
With
pretty
that,
high, but
with that airtime. There it is. Behind.
Oh, double hit. Wait, double hit. What the heck?
Whee!
これ
Huh? Going south. What? Oh shit.
Dead.
You know, I was like, something doesn't feel right.
That's called murder, right?
Yeah, that's
Called
definitely
genocide.
that's definitely murder.
Fighting thrust. Oh no, wait, that's the one that's behind her. Okay, we're good. Never mind. I was worried for nothing.
Biting behind, right? Biting your behind.
fine. I'm not off the edge yet.
North south. Boy. And check your stacks. Axe kick. Stack.
今ここで真なる融和を。苦音の愛で我らが が敵を滅ぼさん。
Blue's at D. Two. Timers.
Can I take it? Oh, no, I think I did take it. That's cool.
Tide's coming up.
こんな輝きを力に。
Front back.
I don't have such
Again, 5.
That might be a dangerous res.
Move. Knockback mirrors. Go away. Out. One and three.
I'm taking hits.
Move again.
Tam's seriously lagging because you literally just slid your body across the floor.
Get in. Cattle. I have a rebel next.
道を踏むんだ
What? Did you go off the edge?
Yes.
Are we dead?
I think I dropped my thing in the right spot.
Oh wait,
Depends on
no,
what number I
something
had.
just exploded on
No,
us.
we're dead.
Oh yeah, 4 people get targeted for that other thing.
What? Oh my god, this is so bad.
You're like... You're floating. Stop floating, Tam. You're a hacker. You're floating. Or maybe the internet is hacking you. You never know.
Is that
Is
your
that your
kitty?
cat?
Yeah. How is it still open? How is this still open? Like, I have push to talk, and I'm not pushing the button.
Did you start anything in administrator mode?
Yeah, that could be it.
You might want to just restart your whole computer at this point.
That's what I did before we started this.
Oh no.
Try it again.
Well, what
Ye-
launched in admin mode?
Task manager.
Yeah, so if you're holding a key and then you switch to a program that is in admin mode, the key up event does not get sent because no global events can be sent or received while you have an admin mode program as your primary focus.
Gotcha.
Similarly, if you launch Task Manager or something like that in admin mode and then you push your push to talk key, it won't work. Unless Discord is also in admin mode, has that elevated privilege.
Well, the only thing I can think of is to let Tam try Weapon Fast. I was using it for myself, but
I mean, if you need it.
Well, I don't know if I need it as badly as you do. So I guess I'll let you take over my account really quick. But that means I need to quit. So.
freaking cool. Here's a video of somebody who's going up to what looks like this giant black sludge, but no, actually it's lava, and then they just start like scooping the lava into a pan of water. Like, we's just gonna take some of this home.
It's free.
Free lava. Not even in Minecraft.
Now remember, Tam has to pay the cat tax now.
Yeah?
Cat tax, what?
Pick some
Use
cat.
Yep.
If you're asking him to Fantasia, hard pass.
No, the cat tax is, it has been revealed you have a cat, therefore you must post pictures of said cat.
Location, Great Glacier.
It's a big old rock. Ice rock.
As opposed to what? The lame-ass regular glacier?
Yes. Otherwise known as Querthus.
Oh, wow. Wow.
All right, I need a volunteer for a latency test.
What does that entail?
Konami understands.
Oh.
It looks mostly. Well, you're turning around midair though.
Oh, I am turning around midair. I'm turning around midair in my screen too. Thanks, Legacy Controls.
How are you turning around midair?
Spinning your mouse or your stick.
You can't change directions midair, but you can turn around midair.
Oh, you're changing directions midair.
That's bad.
Okay.
That's actually really bad. You can't do that in this game.
Yeah, but other players' models, like where they're at, is actually kind of just a fucking guess.
Yeah,
It's it's doing its job to try to figure out where you probably are on the screen, but it's not verifying any sort of like server physics.
So right now I'm jumping back and forth, but I'm turning mid-jump. What do you see on your screen?
You're landing in the middle, and you turn around at the pinnacle of your jump.
Well, at least you're seeing the same thing I am.
Okay, so that's just the server not knowing what to do when you turn mid-jump.
Client. The client has a pretty good idea of your position, and has a pretty good idea of whether or not you've jumped, but it doesn't really line those up at all.
I mean, you're definitely stuttering, but I don't know. It's probably averages out better to have Tam not be lagging than for me to lag a little bit.
What if I jump in a straight line? Is this normal?
Normal-ish. Once again, other players' models don't look particularly good if you're paying close attention to them. Because it's not updating them as frequently as, say, like enemy positions and stuff.
What if I just go in a line but spin my camera like crazy? What does it look like? No, this is just normal.
It's no weirder than the other ones we've seen. It does seem to like actually halt your character's forward movement a little bit while you're turning around in the middle of your jump.
But then do I make it to the end of the jump?
Yes.
How?
It
Just
slows
correct.
down and then it speeds up.
Okay.
That would be pretty funny, actually, if the direction that your character's facing affects the way that the client estimates your position. I doubt it really is doing that, but Tam, are you alive?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm just gonna buy a year of it just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're actually buying.
I'm just gonna buy it.
All right. Well, I guess Salenta can relog if he wants.
It's gonna take me a minute. All right, I'm logging back in. All right.
Does it feel better?
It looks better.
Want to get back on his what fest?
You don't have as much airtime.
I lost my 5-second airtime. Aww.
Yeah. It's only like 0.5 second airtime now.
Food.
This is a lot better. Front.
Already, list is not sorted.
I sorted mine during the countdown. East west.
Yep.
Boy. Out. Rats. I think. Cardinals. Split. lag is at 100% improvement, and my ping is at 43% improvement.
今ここで真なる融和を。苦音の愛で我らが敵を滅ぼさん。
Who is that, D? Two. Timers. Nice. Front back. backpack mirrors.
It's gonna be bad.
Away. In.
Freaking fuck.
In and out.
God, fuck you.
I've sprinted too.
1 and 3. Move. Move. Center. Isolate. And if you're 2. Go. Move. Move.
Sides.
Cut out. Stay out of the center.
Our side is dead.
Yep, right.
What happened?
I have never paid attention to the timing of what other people do there. I assume that it is necessary to run out in the middle of the Akmorn to get your puddles.
I have never gotten it if I wait until the Aquamorns finish animating. It has always been late.
That time, that was definitely not the last Aquamon. So. I mean, I am asking because we were having problems with this the other night. I prefer not to get to the end and then just realize, oh, we're not, our strategy is bad. And I guess we've cleared this 9 times, so it should work in here.
Right. East west. Away. Out. Stacks. Get in. Sidekick at Cardinals. Stack. Yes, I got the hit.
Sound like a junkie.
Hey, 20 more gauge is 20 more gauge.
Will sound like a junkie.
What was the first hit free?
愛しき清流
Maybe. Don't worry, I still gauge the bad guys.
真なる融和を
In the form of tax.
苦音の愛で我らが敵を滅ぼさん
Blue is at B. One. Timers. Ice. Front back. Move. In then out.
Fuck! Fucking fuck you.
1 and 3. Move. Move. Isolate.
新たな勇姿を手に。闇に打ち払う。
What?
I'd like a chain.
It did. It did look like a chain.
I couldn't see it. I could only hear it. It had the shatter sound.
It looked like it was my chain with Konata. But I don't know how that could be.
I don't know. I didn't move at all. I just sat there. The chain broke. Just pushing one, and then we all died. I can take a look. Also for the Akmorn, don't leave to pick up the thing after the first Akmorn. There's 6 of them. Try to stay in for at least 4 of them, if not 5 of them.
The only thing I can think of is that maybe it thought I was moving while I was frozen, when the timer was still the other timer. But that doesn't make any sense. I was frozen.
Yeah. Was I too far?
Maybe.
That was too close last time. Maybe when I get knocked back, I will take a step forward.
Front. East-west. Look away. In. Stacks.
Man, we're pros tonight. What's going on?
Much better than yesterday.
汚らわしい
Oh, I broke 100k. Did it. 6-digit club.
Front. East west. The boy. And stacks. Axe kick. Stack.
My gauge is at 99. I hate this class.
99.
I hate this class.
Only 99, 99, 99.
Not how much damage I did in Greeka that one attack.
Shut my door.
Oops, no cartridges.
It's like the opposite of Oops All Marshmallows.
Oh, I'm 10 lower than what I should be perfectly at for gauge.
Is that just me or is Tam's voice lagging pretty hard?
Is it? Am I robot-y?
No,
No.
今ここで
It is. It is going up and down. Lose it, D. Timers. Ice coming up. High front. Move. crap. I'm screwed.
Oh, right. They're still in kill anyway.
Away.
闇の力
What?
気晴らし
Why do I even bother? Why do I even bother?
What?
I just shouldn't ever.
1 and 3.
生理の
Move. Move. Nice flip. And empty 2.
I don't know what's going on there with the chains, because Nearest was farther in than you were, Kanata. And he didn't break his chain or anything. So I have no idea now.
I mean, we were fine that time.
Way in compared to the way we've normally done it.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was fine, so it works.
僕に短冊を生み出そうというのか
Behind. East west.
砕け散る 光による静寂を
Away.
気に表す
Out.
光よ
Stacks. Get in.
Somebody got 5 stacks.
Counting's hard. Apparently.
Run. Turn south. Away. That's front. East west. McCoy. In. Stacks. Get in. Axe kick. Back.
今ここで真なる融和を。苦音の愛で我らが敵を滅ぼさん。
In. Who was it, D? Four. Hammers. Ice coming up. Turn back. Move. Go away. Out and in.
Unless I get a shield.
What? That was like.
1 and 3. Move. Move. Isolate. And if you're 2. Back on. Move.
The fuck? Fuck you, game. Has both red and
Which red should I be getting?
DPS on the north side, on our side. This head right now.
Out of the middle.
you have it.
Boy, an exciting last kill.
Much excite. Let's call it. I'll roll out.
Too much excite.
Sorry guys, I need one more for the achievement. We'll have to do it again next week. We're not gonna do that. I don't
Nope, we got to do it.
I
How about-
honestly don't care.
How about we do it in 5.6?
I was gonna say we can wait till like 2 expansions for all I care. We'll come in here at level 100.
I think we should probably come in when we're still relatively fresh.
Well, no, if you're like level 100, this would be whatever. You break the tethers, everyone takes like 100,000 damage. You're like, eh.
Or I'll just get it when we come in here on Blue Mage. That'll count as a kill, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think so.
So in 3 expansions, I'll do it. That's okay.
No, it'd still only be 2,
No,
right?
that's still only two
I thought you always do the one.
behind.
Alright, okay, yeah.
You're doing level 60 Blue Mage content, right?
Yep.
Or 70.
60.
Do you think 70 will come out like this expansion?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's 2 expansions behind in terms of the content that they're releasing, and they probably will only add 1 like major Blue Mage content patch per expansion.
Yep.
I'm going bathroom.
I don't know what kind of skills they have left to add aside from quality of life stuff like a targeted taunt or a regen. Like, I feel like all the DPS skills are kind of bloated / the samey already.
I mean, they can do stuff like give you more reasons to use other skills.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe like give more buffs or debuffs to rolls, to the
Alright.
mimic rolls. I mean,
All right, I got it. Well, there is that also. Like, have more reason to be in tank stance or healer stance or whatever, or more differentiation between Blue Mages with those Ethereum mimicries. But how about this? It's a skill that does damage and puts you at 1 hit point.
Bet. I'll take it. And then just spam Revenge Blast.
yes.
I'm okay with this plan. Give
Freak
us
out
a,
all your healers.
Yeah, it'd be like
They're Blue
Smoke
Mage
Blast.
healers, so who cares, right? Not even.
Yeah, they're like
There's
one
been a
white
white
wind,
wind anyway.
and we're back at full.
So
The problem is getting them not to white wind so that we can revenge blast.
Right,
I'm-
right. So you
I'm
gotta
on
use it
cool
at very
spells.
specific points in the fight and be like, okay, this skill has like a 2-minute cooldown. Make sure that we use it here and get your like 5 revenge blasts in before you need to heal.
Exactly.
they
Well,
need
this
to give
is
us
great.
cool shit like reflect and stuff like that.
Reflect, absolutely.
Like I want stuff like that. Why don't we have stuff like that? Or even levitate, even if it's gimmicky. Just let me like
Well,
fly over
yes.
shit.
Yes, and then you have certain fights where it's like, okay, well, the only way to pass this is you have to levitate before Quake 4 comes out.
We'll get that next expansion, right?
I mean, honestly,
Well,
Like-
the Omega fights.
considering it's a limited job, I actually really think like mixing in some of the way 11 does it would be interesting because your spells determine your traits, and your traits are your big contributors beyond your spells. So you can make yourself super tanky and healy, or super AoE DPS, or super single target melee. that could make Blue Mage interesting. Be able to customize like that instead of just with like Mimic.
You know,
Blue
honest,
Mage
Blue
is
Mage
also
also-
one of the only classes where elemental types actually matter. So that could be another thing they lean into where it's like,
It matters if you're min-maxing and care about that extra like 5% DPS.
well, no, I'm saying it's like it's one of the only classes where it matters, period. Right? So
Also-
that's
Yeah,
something that they
yeah,
could
fair.
lean into more and say, like, all right, well, if you want to do like the all fire and ice build, like here are these skills, and you can have your entire party just be like, yeah, don't take any lightning skills. Bring fire skills instead.
I think we're pipe dreaming here. Square Enix is unironically not spending a lot of time on this class.
More than I expected.
Yeah, it's probably just one guy though, right?
Yeah, it's a pet project.
We're not planning on going on into T for like 20 minutes, right?
Probably
The way
not.
we've been playing for the last 2 days. That seems like a bad idea.
No, but it would be, since we're going to have an expansion,
Next week.
a patch, a content patch, a major version number tick. Talk about what our plans are for the next few months.
I mean, so what are the options aside from T?
Well, I mean,
Ultimate Titania. Or Bahamut.
like we probably ought to continue working on T unless there's a compelling reason to do any of the other one. But also, like, this would be the time to start rethinking if we're going to be changing our comp in the next raid tier.
I had been thinking about this. I was planning to put the proposal out next week.
Well, now is a pretty good time though. So we got 20 minutes.
Written it down. But I mean, the basic idea would be that from here on forward, basically in reverse order from what they get picked, based off of role and then individual slot within that role, people would be able to pick, right? So, like, if tanks are the ones that fill up last, the 2 tanks get to pick first next time, regardless of which tank you were. And then within each role, the least desirable role slot within each of the roles gets to pick first within that role. That would be the basic premise. And
So
your
how-
basic
In theory, the idea of like pseudo drafting a spot works if all of us have every class leveled and ready. But
idea is that we also pick it far enough advance that you can anybody could level anything, because we'll have at least minimum 3 months. Right? If we just do it on the odd patch.
Yeah, didn't you level an Astro in like a weekend?
yeah, that was White Mage.
Or
And
White Mage
that's
in a
how
weekend?
bad Astra was. But to be, in my defense, I think I already had White Mage at 60 or something. It was only
I
like 2
mean-
rules.
All I need to do is equip a book, and I have Scholar.
I'm going to be honest, the more I've thought about this, the more I've realized that it's very likely that this is actually not going to shift things too much. But I want there to be, I want people who have been playing less desirable roles or have been willing to play things that other people are not, to be able to switch their roles up as they choose. And I think that they should have first priority to do so.
If nothing else, I'm volunteering that Tam gets first pick because I feel like he's been tanking for like 12 years now.
Well, I'm going to tell you the way that this works out, that happens to be true.
I mean, that's true, but let's also consider that Tam was rah-rah warrior through Stormblood, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, that doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying, you actually enjoyed tanking at that point.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. Is like I've liked playing Switch, so to speak, right? I don't mind that. I like switching things up, but It's just like I think that there are certain people who have been playing things for a long time, and I just don't want people to be like it almost in effect the order is going to reverse every time, which is probably fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
There's also the nuance of proficiency with classes, right? Like, you can tell me to go level a tank, but they're all at 0. I basically have to learn how to play that character from scratch. As an example. So,
Well, they changed tanks so much, it's basically that for everyone else too.
not me specifically, but the point being, like, if you can have someone who's proficient at a class, even if it's something they've been doing for a while, or basically have someone learning something from scratch. It took me a really long time to not overheal 90% of the time when I was healing, as Kanata will recall.
But it was fine.
And even then, I was still pretty shitty with White Mage. Like, I don't think I ever got above a green pars.
But that's fine. You don't need one. Like, if we're green across the board, we will definitely clear the...
You don't understand. I can't live in green pars.
I mean, technically speaking, if we're 9% across the board, we cleared.
We might not make DPS checks.
Nope.
That
9% is
T.
9% is, well, not in T, but
There's
9%
no
is the minimum percentile listed for a clear on
But
on any individual
not
class.
on,
That's
not
like,
at the same time.
like the rest of the raid was carrying you, and you were on the floor most of the time. That's what 9% usually means.
not always.
It's usually like 2 deaths. It's like, yeah, you're 9%. And you might have like 2 or even 3 people get 2 or 3 deaths and still clear. But we can't have everyone be 9%. But if we're all
Walter
like
White
green,
begs to differ.
there's probably a clear that's like actually the whole race 9%. But that's a struggle sandwich.
Also,
Did you post logs for this
Oh, yeah.
week?
I mean, along the proficiency line, it would be really difficult for me to heal well.
My
Controller problems.
On my controller.
You can get a play hybrid keyboard controller.
Like, no one would ever get a rescue from me because I'd have to scroll down the list with my D-pad. So.
I'd like to point out that I never once rescued anybody, and I was also a really bad healer when I was raid. But by the end of it, I was getting quite good parses, or relatively good parses. So, if you do healing for a whole tier, you're gonna figure it out.
What happened?
Yeah, on mouse and keyboard, rescue is trivial. On controller, it's kind of sounds like a pain.
Are those greater than signs?
Yes. Rescue is more important than doing DPS, which is more important than getting it clear.
You get good at rescue. You look at the person who's casting and wait till they're about to finish it. And you slide cast them to you with the rescue. It's the deepest meta.
While not interrupting your own attacks. Your own
Exactly,
Or-
because you swift cast before you rescue.
Or you misjudge it, and you pull a black mage too soon, and then they lose a Nokian.
Oh.
Did I really do that on Monday?
Do what?
Or on Tuesday? That 84
On
on
Ramu?
Ramu?
Yeah, believable.
Yeah.
It's
Why
probably
not?
my worst Garuda clear. But hey, placeholder, you got your good Garuda clear. You got it.
What? It's 94.
Hey, that was the one
Oh,
time I
right,
was
the
dying.
one
That's
time!
the one time you didn't die in the fight. You got a 94.
Why couldn't that be a... Was it a 95 yesterday and it went down? That's the only fights aside from Shiva that I haven't oranged yet. I'm upset about it.
Maybe it was 95 yesterday.
I'm gonna convince myself that it was 95 yesterday and went down. That's how I'm gonna sleep
2 week
tonight.
average though.
No, stop. Stop saying words.
I don't think there's ever a world where I'm going to get a good parse on Ifrit and Garuda.
You just need to find the amount of uncertainty you want placeholder.
Oh yeah, 94 plus minus 6. Perfect. Yeah, I'm 50 plus minus 50.
Right down the middle.
Yup. Yeah, just say our uncertainty is 50% and you'll be good for every number.
Wait, is that Shiva parse? The full parse? What am I looking at here? That must not be the clear.
Oh, we
that's
did
a
clear
bug.
day one, right?
Clear.
There's a
Oh,
second
I'm
log.
looking at one from yesterday, and I'm like, that's one orange parses. That don't seem right.
Into a channel?
That's probably the one where we were 5% ahead going into the last phase, and then it all fell apart.
Maybe.
Oof.
It was the last poll.
It's a spicy one.
Oh, wow.
It's a really hard fight on Black Mage Shiva. There's so many awkward timings that don't line up, which is weird because usually they do. Like everything's like, oh yeah, this is a perfect spot for ley lines, and this is your triple cast is up for this, but that is just never happens in that fight. It's really unfortunate.
I think that's the highest parse I'm going to get in Shiva.
Definitely your highest parse, because it's your last one.
So we got a tangent there. Are we still discussing classes for the next tier? Like, what's the game plan here?
Well, do we want to run the hypothetical numbers for if people were draft picking right now?
So what does it look like if that happens? Is it Tam and Solanta first, and then the healers next?
It would basically go, so you'd break it up by main tank, off tank, shield, healer, non-shield healer, caster, melee, ranged, and flex DPS. Where the flex DPS would obviously be the second in any one of the other roles. Though we could change it up if we think that what was it, 4 ranged? What did they have? What bullshit comp did they have?
No, it's samurai, black mage, summoner, dancer. Fuck utility. all greed.
That is
There was no actual utility slot.
No, there's a utility
Dancer
slot.
is
It's
a
dancer.
utility slot.
Dancer is not a greedy class.
I'm pretty sure Summoner qualifies as utility as well right now.
It's on the edge.
For prog,
Like,
a little.
the numbers that Summoner put out are not like utility slot. It's not like
when you're getting nerfed to time to
it's-
switch class.
what
You can
one
lose 5
skill
potency.
that I push every 25 or sorry that I push 3 times every 2 minutes is losing like 100 potency.
Alright, so Tam, what do you want to do? Spotlight's on you.
What class do I want to do?
If you
It's
could
like
pick
or what
any
role?
class at all, no, if you could pick any class, period, hands down,
Yeah, you can pick anything.
everything's open at this point.
Yeah, I think everyone agrees that you get first pick whenever you want at this point.
I mean, at this point, like, I haven't really been testing out all the other classes all that much. I would have to, like, I need to, like, check them out again and see which ones I want to do. But if I had to commit, like, right now, Samurai.
Interesting.
We could just put you in a melee DPS spot, and then you have like a choice of like 5
Well,
attacks.
Well, I mean, if you want to, as far as I'm concerned, if you pick a class and you want to change to an equivalent class, like whatever.
That's the other thing, is you can swap within the role, and it makes no change to anybody else anyway. Even if you do say that you want samurai. Like, I do think we should give Tam some time, at least a week, and we can come back and think about what we should each be coming up with our own list of what we would personally choose, right? Because you don't necessarily know. And I think it's also not a big deal, or it shouldn't be a big deal, if somebody's like, let me think about that and, pick the next day or something. We don't have to pick on the same day all at once. We have like 3 months, so.
Sure. But if there's...
Yeah, I know. We can't wait like 2 months to do it, so.
If there's cascading consequences for a decision, like, okay, everyone after Kanata can't pick because Kanata is totally going to play something that's not Scholar because that's ever happened. And they just don't know what their available options are. I think probably the most convenient thing would be like if everyone just had a list of their preferred things in order, and then based on priority we just go down the list, right? It's like,
yeah,
Tam's first choice is melee DPS, Tam's second choice is range DPS, Tam's third choice is tank, and like Tam's eighth choice is like healer or whatever. That's like, okay, well,
they're unlocked.
So there's also to, I guess, remove some of the options from the table. Do any of the tanks or healers want to stay as the class they're at now? Because I feel like those are the untouchable positions, the unwanted ones, right? So like Kanata, are you planning on always playing Scholar? Do we have to worry about filling both healer roles potentially, or just one potentially?
I mean, if anyone wants Scholar, I will gladly give it up.
for
But
what? Astro?
I don't know, I guess Astro or
Summoner. You can learn the opener. It'll be so fun.
Get your
I'll
Google
show
Docs
you.
out.
I mean, if the 2 healer spots are filled, I suppose that is a possibility.
I hope Stick
Well,
is on your wall because that's part of the rotation.
Under Solenta's proposed plan, unless Tam and Solenta both decide they want to heal, you guys are picking next. So
Solenta could be like, I want a Scholar.
Just out of spite.
Just to make Kanata do something else.
Well, then I would go like, well, I guess then Neris would have third pick probably.
There's also, we don't necessarily have to have a Scholar. Astro White Mage is the meta, if people want to be tryhards.
Well, yeah, the Astro spot is equivalent to the Scholar spot in that position. Right. Unless we're doing Astro Scholar, which is, let's just never do that again.
Yeah. No, let's not.
But Astro is equivalent to Scholar in that regard.
Alright, so Elephant in the room, Solenta, are you planning on playing tank again? Or healer?
No.
Alright, so that means that some DPS is gonna be forced to switch. More or less.
Unless Nears wants to tank.
Unless Deers wants to tank. Well, I mean, no, that doesn't change anything, because...
Oh yeah, well still one of us will have to
And
heal.
someone needs to heal.
tank or heal, something's gonna have to change. Nearest, did you have any desire to play a different class? Scholar horrible and Astro uncomfortable.
That's a good word for Astro.
Yeah, Scholar is not in a good spot right now, so if you actually want Scholar, like, I do not mind leveling the White Mage. Or, I guess, going Paladin, question mark?
Kanata can tank! I love
could
this
tank.
idea. I love this idea.
But, like, just as a warning, Scholar is not in a good spot right now. It was voted literally the worst class for Stormblood.
Aww.
Shadowbringer.
Shadowbringer, yeah, Shadowbringer.
It was pretty good in Stormblood.
It was amazing in Stormblood.
you know, when the pet literally did twice as much on every single ability than it does now.
Yep, when Whispering Dawn was basically meant to.
So the other thing to decide is among DPS classes. It seemed to me like caster and melee were always the two that were in most demand, and that the flex person should pick last. Which means range would pick first. So I don't know if you guys have opinions. It's basically I tried to base it off of the idea of whoever filled first last time, or was most desirable last time, would be picking last this time.
What was the most desirable last time for DPS?
Caster.
Do we have a flex for DPS?
I mean, the flex ended up being, well, it kind of was Carrot because he filled whatever the DPS slot was, and Summoner happened to be the best one to fill it with.
It wasn't the best when I picked it, but I was pretty bad at Black Mage, and then they buffed Summoner.
True. But I guess what I mean is, like, if there's 6 people who want to play caster and 2 people who want to play ranged, that means ranged is generally less desirable, right? And after we do this once, we'll just base it off of evidence. We don't have to guess. Does that make sense?
So the way to do that would be if everyone did a stack rank of the role.
I mean, yeah, we could all just make the list and
Here,
then use that to decide who goes.
Let me open a Google Doc. Let me see if you can do this in a form.
I mean, that is effectively what Carrot was suggesting earlier, was what I was trying to get towards. But I hadn't written down exactly how people would propose it or what would be best. But yeah, if everybody had a full list, that would solve it. So
Yeah, let's make a forum.
Unfortunately, Google Forms does not have stack ranking as one of their options.
Do they have options, just normal options, like a neat option picker?
I mean, you have basic form things, but stack ranking forms where you just like, here are these 6 things, drag them around. That is not one of the options. So I can make a whole bunch of multiple choice things, but people have to like actually not pick the same thing twice.
Oh yeah. Yep. Just don't be bad, guys. Just yeah.
How did we do the logo thing?
People were able to pick the same option more than once.
Can you just do that again, but with classes?
I mean, that's what I'm doing. But people need to not... There's no validation on these, right? So people just need to actually pick everything exactly once.
Yep. You can't be like...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You can't be like, Scholar, first choice. Everything else, second choice.
I see.
You can put it, but that doesn't mean anything.
Are
Do you
you
think
doing
that we
individual
actually-
classes?
Do you think that
Roles.
you think that we actually need to... There are too many classes.
I was gonna say.
Like, do you think that we really need to draw a distinction between the different kinds of tanks or healers?
Yes. Yes. I don't want to. I would.
I think
Official-
for the stack ranking of the roles, I don't think it's important. But when you get to pick, you pick a class, not a role.
you pick one of the positions. It may not be a specific class, right? But it's a type of class. Well,
The shielding healer versus the other healer?
Scholar is the same as Knocked Ast, right?
not to play.
I mean,
Oh,
I mean,
not.
but
That's my
function-
point. Is that
yes.
it's shield healer versus dot healer, right? You're still going to want one of each. So double white mage probably wouldn't be the best comp.
Well,
It might be. It's
Well,
a
here's
little
the-
tough, but it might be.
I think people should still pick positions, and if we decide that we want to change our comp or adjust our comp, then we just adjust the comp. That's fine.
Yep.
Is it because like this is the thing is like for the I guess white mage has been getting the shit, what's it called? The one that does actually reduce damage, but like I feel like that keeps us alive through a lot of these mechanics.
Yes, temperance is amazing. If we had 2 temperances, we wouldn't need a scholar.
Yeah, and tanks in my mind are completely flexible. I think people would only the only reason to even draw any distinction is just because somebody, the person who picks first should get to choose whether they want to be main tank or not.
Honestly, there's at this point in the game, there's no penalty for picking the same tank twice.
Yeah, that's I guess what I'm saying is that it actually doesn't affect which class they pick. It's just are they main tank or off tank. It's how it gets played, not necessarily what class they're playing.
All right. Well, I'm doing this with the in accordance with the 5 lots in the party buff. So, strength, dex, mind, and fit.
that makes ninja and all the range the same thing.
No, ninja counts as melee DPS.
Oh, I thought it was a dex class. You said
Well, I
dex, so
That's not the point.
okay. It is a dex class.
Yeah, I mean for this purposes we'll count it as strength.
Melee caster ranged. That's how they describe it. Because we have to have, for an optimal party, 1 of each.
How much slower is the LB accumulation?
Well, it's not necessarily the LB accumulation, although that's relevant. It's the 1% stats across the board.
Oh, okay.
But with 2 tanks, 2 of the same tanks, that's...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's only... It only affects LB, right?
Did you bring a tank? Period.
Right.
Did you bring
Did
a
you
healer?
bring a
Period.
healer?
Hope so.
Yeah, I mean, if we could,
we could do 1 tank, 1 healer runs, if we could clear it.
Oof.
But most of the mechanics they design are done in a way so that you physically cannot take only 1 tank or only 1 healer.
I think we could do Ramu with only 1 tank.
That ad explodes.
ad.
Whoever is. Unless you want to take the ad also.
They could, actually.
Yeah.
But with 1 healer, that is rough.
You dance around in a circle though, because he can't touch you.
Yeah, it's like hope nobody wants positionals.
Just get
True,
good,
that's
right?
far.
Or we can all go ranged. So 6 dancers.
Although the second thunderstorm would be terrible.
I mean, it's already pretty terrible for me.
Just gotta kill it before the second thunderstorm.
All right, see if this works. Oh, hang on a second. Let me add a thing for who are you? There you go.
Oh, it doesn't get to be anonymous.
All right, I have submitted a response.
Somebody has cleared Shiva with only one healer.
I'd believe it. People are fucking crazy. And that healer probably got like a 50% DPS parse also.
Checking this out.
And a healer.
Oh, it's pretty rough. To be fair, there's a lot of broy pushing, so maybe? I can
They
see
only
it
did.
being done on language.
They only did 33% overheal.
All right, everybody, please fill out this form.
Oh right, yes, gotta do it.
Somebody put in a placeholder name. Could you at least fill in your name?
Oh, you didn't make
Ha
it? Okay. I almost submitted it without the name.
Oh wait,
If we don't know somebody's phone number, we put in a invalid phone number, but it displays as placeholder.
My name is and always will be the placeholder. Until I think of something better.
Okay, we're only missing Tam and Nearest.
Wow, relax. It's been like 20 seconds.
Well, somehow everyone else managed to.
Second monitor?
Maybe they're giving it some very serious consideration.
submitted. I forgot that I need to copy the link into my browser in order for it to work. Otherwise, I can't fill in my name.
All right, we got everybody. Now, let me open up this as a spreadsheet, create a new spreadsheet.
Oh, we need charts and graphs and everything.
We don't have a chart. Is it really data?
Sure, I'll give you some charts. Also, chart sounds like something that you need to change your pants after.
There's no tank on there.
We're gonna have a problem.
Oh
Nobody
boy.
wants this tank. There we go.
So we are guaranteed to have 2 unhappy people off the bat.
Amazing.
Oh, okay. I see.
Is this actually in a spreadsheet? Can you share it with us?
Yes, it is in a spreadsheet. But someone asked for charts. Let me get my charts.
Oh, but then for second choice, you have to.
I like the representation on last choice. I think the 2 first choice healers are probably gonna be safe.
So no one has healer for second choice.
No, it's either first or last.
Why? Healer's not that bad.
Well, it's divisive. It means like you either like it or you hate it.
No, healer's not first or last. Healer's first, third, fourth, or last.
Yeah, there's a third and fourth. Third,
So let's
second.
see. Melee is the highest for first choice. Then ranged is highest for second choice.
Those are the responses.
So what do we do with this info? How do we actually digest this?
Well,
Tank is highest for third choice.
Well, no, you had
Tank
to.
and caster.
You had to do rank voting, right?
we somehow have to figure out the order in which people get to make their choices based off of how long it's been since they've gotten to play the class of their choice.
And for the DPS, we would do like rank voting, right? So it's very clear that first choice is melee. And then for those people that picked melee, their votes need to count for something else.
Before that, are both the healers covered if you and Nearest both have healer as your first choice?
Yes. Like healers are actually buttoned up.
Okay.
Well, unless Tam or Slento want to heal.
But it's clear from this chart that they don't.
Yeah, they're pretty far down.
Fine.
Let's be clear though. The purpose of that poll was to determine what we're currently the slot that we actually want to play. This was somebody else under the impression that this is supposed to determine the rank in which we pick? Because that was not what
the rank in which we pick should be based off of how much people have compromised in the past.
I'm confused now because that's not what Salenta was saying earlier.
Yeah,
So.
that's not at all what I was saying. I mean, it's going to end up with sort of similar results, but that's not actually what I was proposing.
Well, my proposal is that people who have played classes that they did not want to the most, like this is what we were saying, like Tam has first choice, right? Somebody said that earlier, and
Well, that's because he's been asking for the last, like, since before
Exactly.
the expansion to change.
Precisely.
But he didn't hate tanking, like, in the.
not that. Well, that's not the point. Like, it's not his first choice.
I
So
mean, but it was, but it isn't now. That's what I'm saying. So, the way Salento was saying it was like it was least desirable class or role to most desirable class role is how we were gonna pick, or
Right,
the draft
for
was gonna
you
go.
personally.
Yes, and then the first time I was kind of trying to guide it in what we generally seem to have been historically true. If I can get edit access, I can at least write down somewhere else in the sheet what I'm talking about.
Here, you can make new sheets don't change the first sheet in this because that's the one that collects the storm responses.
Right. Okay.
Which still fits to Tam going first because tanks are clearly the. Well, I don't know. I guess healers are. I don't know. This is.
I mean, healer and tank were kind of both undesirable in their own ways. At
I mean,
different times.
tank didn't even make it into anyone's first choice. Period. So.
Right now, tank is best. Sorry.
Yeah, why is tank so many people's fourth choice? Because that's 3 DPS classes and then tank, and healer is last.
I'm surprised it's only 50% for healers in the last slot.
Yeah, who was third and fourth?
Delenta wants to tank even less than he wants to heal.
Oh wait,
And
placeholder. What?
Does not even have a tank leveled.
Oh right.
I don't have any tanks unlocked or ranged for that matter, so I have to put them down there. Mainly because I don't want to level them. It's not a matter of playing the class; it's just so much damn work.
Oh, that is true. I have at least one non-level 0 class for each of these. Ah.
I mean,
Alright,
you've got a
so-
max level summoner.
So assuming the Tam picks melee, because that's his first choice, and Salenta gets second choice, he can't pick melee because
No,
it's
well, okay, fair enough.
okay. I guess. No, that's true. You can get up to 2 of the same thing. So we would have 2 melee, and then it would trickle down from there.
Yep.
So then the 2 healers get buttoned up, and then based on the last expansion, what would be the order that DPS
So I
pick?
started putting it on a second sheet. At least how I'm thinking about it.
It'd be like 5 people around the boss. That would be so much work. But possible. You're right.
The nearest was healer.
Everyone would be dodging each other.
Usually there's
I-
like 4 close spots and 4 far spots.
I definitely remember that when we were doing chaos, we had 4 melee, and it was.
Yeah, 4 is normal. 5 would be hard. So triple
It
melee.
was just
would be-
like like you get your cardinal. That's it.
And that's perfect. Everything's like so perfect with 4 people close and 4 people far. Was it like E2 where there's like 4 melee positions and then 4 range
So
positions?
where did this order come from, exactly?
What I was trying to explain earlier.
Well, because if we're going by did we get to play the job we wanted to, I came into Shadowbringers wanting to do ranged, and got told I couldn't.
That's not true. We said that you didn't get to play ranged just because you said that you wanted to do it first. We
And
were
I said you could do it if I could at least play it for 1 tier. So no one said you could not do it. You said, if I can't do it the whole time, I don't want to do it. That's what you said. Which we're switching right now anyway, so.
I kind of feel like the order should be how long it's been since you've tanked or healed, since that's the pain point.
supposed to be one of the primary determinants. But again, I was trying to come up with an objective thing without thinking about specific people. in the future, if we don't want to determine it based off of in the same criteria that we want to use going forward, I'd be fine with that. But like, I think that in the future, basically what this would mean is that Tyleet and Carrot would get to pick first next time, and then, and I guess healers fill up second. So healers, Nurse and Konata would again be third and fourth, and then it would go, let's see, placeholder Midori, me Tam, or Tam me. So I would pick last next time.
Wouldn't this just always go backwards and forwards?
No, because it would be based off of role primarily, and then slot within the role secondarily.
Right, because maybe someone would agree to tank knowing that next time they would get to pick first, or second, or whatever. Like,
Yeah, and if somebody wants to play a role other than DP, well, okay, to be fair, DPS are very heavily weighted. But yeah, if somebody wants to do something other than DPS, then they're generally going to get their pick. We could also track how long people have been playing. I'd be fine with that too.
Wait, monks have a wiggle button? What's a wiggle button? I just started leveling up monk. Tell me which number this is.
Oh, wiggle button.
Oh. It doesn't actually wiggle the monk. You got me so excited.
I mean, they do wiggle when they form shift.
So the best thing about form shift that they added was it if you shift back into coral form, you extend your greased lightning, so you can actually keep it up in dungeons between pulls.
Man, I played Monk when it was terrible. Let me tell you, it was terrible.
That's the thing is, Monk has always been terrible. Even when it's like top DPS, it's always been terrible.
I did really like play. It was fun, but oh man, it was frustrating sometimes.
It's like every fight is there are two considerations that the boss fight designers make. It's how can we make black mages drop a Nokian, and how do we make monks lose grease lightning?
And how do we make tanks not DPS?
Well, I mean, they did that. They just nerfed all your potencies.
The most brute force way possible. So yeah, this is, I guess, I hope I've explained it well. That's my proposal. If you guys have another proposal, I'm fine with that. Like, no matter how we pick, I'd be fine even just going last, but it's, because again, no matter, hopefully the people who are sacrificing for the group in what they want to play have priority next time. And I think that that's the primary thing that I'm concerned about.
That should have been an option, which I didn't discuss, which is if anyone is willing to volunteer to have last pick this time, they get automatic first pick next time.
Sure.
So the question would be,
well, if you're seventh, do you get that option?
I mean, it's pretty much ending up like that anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, seventh and eighth always get to play the classes that they want generally,
Right.
right? Because there's a flex spot on DPS, and
So based on this this current distribution, is anyone interested in volunteering to take a spot that you're okay with, just not like not exactly what you wanted, with the understanding that we would 100%, which I guess would be during the next expansion, first pick. It's kind of like a long con there.
It's gonna be
'cause-
over a year, I think, till the next expansion's out.
Yeah, because the next expansion, if they're keeping their cadence, will be coming out late summer of 2021.
well, what's interesting is that normally it's almost a full year, right, between the 0.4 and the expansion. It's going to be shorter than a year this time.
Oh, that depends on if the timing made it so that they just lost content, or they actually got set back in a way that,
I guess that's possible.
because this COVID has already pushed this patch back by a month, and if that has cascading effects on all the other patches.
That would just mean that it should be out literally a year from now. Because didn't Shadowbringers launch at the beginning of July?
Yeah.
So there's even like a pot sweetener there, right? Because we don't even know what the new classes are going to be. So if you volunteer now, you get first dibs at one of the new classes.
Oh yeah. And we don't know what the new classes are either.
That's very astute. Wish I had thought of that.
Adding to the conversation.
I mean, one of them's probably going to be a healer and a DPS of some sort.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my hat in on the Geomancer.
Being a
bucket
healer.
here.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna. I would not have bet on it last time, but this time I probably would put my money there too.
They're running out of things, and everyone likes to equip a bell as a main weapon.
A bell? Like a
Yeah,
cowbell?
like a handbell,
Yep.
like an inquirer. You're like ding-a-ling-a-ling. That's your weapon. Welcome to Geomancer.
Huh.
You can actually see them in effect if you go to. It's not Bardam's Metal. It's the other one around there. The
other one in Yansha, the something Swallow's Compass.
Was that it?
Yes, yeah, Swallow's Compass.
Okay. Yeah, you run into Geomancers there, and they're actually holding bells, and it makes a gong noise when they use their abilities.
Technically speaking, they're copying how they cast in 11, which is they use the bells to cast and they use clubs for everything else, but you know.
Oh man, I really wish it were Chemist. Chemist would be the best. And then you have a mixed skill.
Alchemist.
No.
That
Chemist.
wouldn't be confusing.
Now here's what you do: you have Chemist, and Chemist has like a damaging component to their heals because they literally bash the potion over your head.
So if someone's at 1 hit point, like
You can't heal them.
your home gangs, and then the home gang wears
Yeah.
off, and you kill them with the potion before it heals them.
You gotta like a cooldown to like no damage do it.
Well, I guess the
What would be worse is if you actually needed the items in your inventory in order to be able to cast cast them or to be able to use them. You actually need potions in order to use potion.
Demand would go up.
An older MMO would do that, just not a current gen one.
It's absolutely true. Yes, there were wallet classes where you actually beat people over their head. Beat people with your wallet. You beat them with your money. Maybe not
IRL.
not like actually
Not
throwing
not
money at them,
not like Mamonet.
but sometimes actually throwing money at them.
Guild toss is a thing. So where are we at? Because it's getting a little late. Are we at more or less conclusion to this? Is there a lot of discussion that still needs to go into it?
Are we okay with the order proposed?
I think that, first of all, I think people can be reasonably flexible, right? Like, if somebody's comfortable with main tank or off tank, they can sort of swap around. I mean, one thing I would prefer is if people, I think the one thing that would really sort of make this awkward is if people are making deals or something beforehand. But I don't.
Like on
see that.
Survivor.
Hey man, I'll trade you 2 tank pulls for 1 DPS.
I think we can try to be reasonable here. Like I said, I proposed this, so you guys have to let me know. I
don't like the way this shook out because I only got to do DPS 2 expansions after sacrificing for 3, 4, 5, 6 years now, but that's fine. If it means that I get to first pick next time.
You can play the new class next time.
I don't hate tank, but I put in a lot of effort to raise my DPS. And I just hope that whoever ends up DPSing this expansion puts in that much effort.
How does this affect our ultimate? I assume the current group we're running on this ultimate stays?
I mean, we can't really change around ultimate party comp willy-nilly. And
old content, well, doesn't matter for this at all. Like, it's a completely independent discussion, I think.
Right, because the thing that this determines the most is when people are gearing up, what they're spending their tomestones on, what they're getting crafted gear for, you know, the actual prog part of progression. And usually there's a great amount of inertia that once you've invested that much time in learning a fight on a particular class, don't want to like switch around until the fight is kind of trivial.
That's a big problem. Like, even switching from like melee to range DPS can be a huge difference. Because I don't know about you, but the first, like, gosh, almost the whole fight at this point for Shiva is like GCD for GCD scripted for me. And 6 minutes into the fight, I can know that I'm off by 1 GCD.
Yeah, except for the points where you get to reset your thing, it's absolutely the case. And it's like, oh, I guess the fact that I didn't hit Dreadworm Trance 1 GCD earlier then means that now I can't move for this one ability that I have to move for.
Yeah, and I've been that guy who switches roles, and it feels bad to wipe the group.
It's like wiping on chaos, and it's like, come on. Like, I don't know the fight on this.
All right. Well, I don't. This doesn't have to be set in stone. We can come back and talk about this next week if anybody has any more thoughts. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Well, at least we've started the discussion.
All right. So go sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. See you guys on Friday.
See.
Me too.